We have Mayor Thompson, Mayor Pro Tem Garner, Councilmember Earls, Councilmember Rogers,
Here.
Councilmember Harris,
Present.
Councilmember Sloss, and Councilmember Cook.
I make a motion, we approve the May 19th, 2026 public hearing meeting.
Second. Aye.
Any opposed? It is so ordered.
A motion, we accept the May 19th, 2026 regular city council meeting.
Second.
Okay.
Aye.
Any opposed? So ordered. Okay, we want to recognize some, we got the monthly reports, Human Resources, Public Service Department, Public Safety, Planning Department, the Maintenance Shop, Utility Department.
I make a motion that we receive the monthly department reports as information. Second. Aye.
Any opposed? It is so ordered. Also want to recognize at this time the winners for the PMPA scholarship. Congratulate Jalen Porter and Parker Fowler. They got $1,000 each. Next, we want to recognize some anniversaries. Beverly Carter, Utilities. Taylor Garrett in the Public Service Safety Department, 11 years. Ron Galt, gas measurement. Brad Gregory, Public Service Crew, 27 years. Michael Hood, Public Safety Officer, 18 years. Bridget McClurkin, Accounts Payable, 10 years. Kyle Nance, he's a firefighter, 13 years. Brittany Stevens, Administrative Assistant, 10 years. And Kathy Teague. All right, we're going into our regular business. At this time, the council will consider the budget.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council. Again, this is second reading on the proposed budget ordinance for 2026-2027. The proposed budget all-funds summary is $52,539,380, which is a decrease of 4.34% under fiscal year 25-26. The general fund projected revenues are $8,038,760 and expenditures $8,920,520, which leaves a deficit of $881,760 to be funded by fund balance. Tax millage will remain the same at 102.2 mils. Taxpayers will continue to receive the local option sales tax credit that will reduce the tax bill. And the $10 brush disposal fee will be included on the 2026 tax notices. Capital equipment and improvement in the amount of $35,440 are included in the proposed above. Solid waste management has a budget of $1,120,150, an increase of 4.08%, and the garbage pickup fee will remain the same at $20 per month. Utility funds projected revenues are $39,614,390,000, and expenses are proposed at $41,683,800, which is a decrease of 6.62%. The deficit of $2,069,410 will be funded by retained earnings. Electric utilities will not see a rate adjustment. A purchase power adjustment will be calculated to true up the cost of electricity each month. Water and sewer utilities also will not see a rate adjustments. Natural gas utilities will not see a rate adjustment for fiscal year 26-27. The PGA will continue to true up the cost of gas each month. Capital equipment in the amount of $442,000 and infrastructure of $6,079,000 are included in the total utility proposed expenses above. A 2% cost of living raise is proposed for city employees. And again, the general fund and utility funds will use fund balance, cash reserves to balance. And the following is a list of our special revenue funds and their 2026-2027 proposed budgets. Local hospitality and accommodations, $333,000. Main Street Junction, $94,910. Economic development, $350,000. Our drug fund at $7,000 and community change fund at $30,000. And the recommendation is to pass second reading of the ordinance to pass the 2026-2027 budget.
Any questions, any member of council?
Second.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It is so ordered. Second reading of tax levy.
Thank you again, Mayor and City Council. The proposed tax levy for fiscal year 2026-2027 is 102.2 mills, and the recommendation is to pass second reading of the ordinance to adopt the tax levy for fiscal year 2027.
Aye.
Any opposed? So ordered. Okay, item number 10, we got council to consider a funding.
Light Up the Lake event will be on July the 3rd, which is a Friday. They have a lot of special events prepared for this year, above and beyond what they typically have done, and so they're requesting a little bit more funding this year. But they're wanting to emphasize America's 250th birthday with patriotic decor, photo props, giveaways, and special fireworks, glasses, glow bracelets, and mini flags, just extra items that they don't typically have for this event. And so they're requesting additional funding for the 2026 Light Up the Lake event.
Can we get it from the hospitality tax?
We can.
Say we give them 8,000 to hospitality. It's a 250 years, and how many times are we gonna see this? Yes, sir.
$8,000 from. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So ordered. Next request we have is from the Union County Sheriff Office.
I'll second.
Any opposed? Back to business. Item number 12, council to consider an ordinance system development fee and grants.
I make a motion that we pass the second reading of the ordinance to impose and collect a system development fee for water and wastewater utilities.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 13, rising and establishing economic.
I make a motion that we pass second reading of the ordinance to repeal the Economic Development Incentive Program in the city.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So ordered. Okay, Marty, again, we got a consider.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. As you heard at the public hearing earlier this evening, this is a request to rezone 1.86 acres on Hart Street from R10 residential to A2 highway commercial, located near the intersection of Hart and Duncan Bypass. While there's no plans for commercial on this property from this applicant, this would allow for the future commercial development of the property. Your Planning Commission met following the public hearing and unanimously recommended approval of the
Accept the recommendation from the Planning Commission.
I'll second it.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So ordered.
Thank you.
Yeah.
policy, so this is, if you recall,
Second.
Aye.
Item 16, contract updates.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm bringing before you a proposal to update the contract for the junction, which to my knowledge hasn't been done since it opened in 2016. So in your packet, I think you have the proposed version, and I just wanted to highlight some of the changes. They're not major changes, but right now we're renting it kind of by the room, downstairs, upstairs, bridal suite, conference room. I propose that we just rent upstairs or downstairs or outside or all. It would make it a little bit easier on our contract and keeping records. On the schedule of fees on page 3, I do propose that we up our prices. I've done a price comparison with several nearby venues. We can up our prices to these proposed prices and still be under all of those, and that would help. On the next page, we added a postponement policy. We had a cancellation policy before, but occasionally we run into someone who needs to postpone their event for whatever reason, adding that they can postpone it once without being penalized. A few pages over. On the alcoholic beverage policy, where we already asked that they have additional insurance and they have to secure a security officer. I've added a link to the contract so it's easier rather than just saying go here. They can access the link. We've also attached those documents at the end of the document so they already have them. And then at the very end, we've updated the pre and post checklist, so making sure it's very easy. They can see what they need to do to consider their date secured and what they need to do before they leave at the end of the event. Say that again. For fiscal year 26, we've rented 207 days out of 365. 160 of those were paying rentals. The rest of them were like the city or the county using it. I tried to add up kind of what we've brought in. It's hard to do because the way records were kept prior to me and the way I'm keeping records are a little bit different. But I can tell you we brought in almost 8,000 for May and almost 6,000 for June.
Aye.
Any opposed? So ordered.
Thank you.
I think it's y'all got any announcements, then I'll try to follow through with some of mine. I knew you had something. Wayne's not here tonight. I've been got through Roper Services, so he does have a person now. So got pretty much full staff. So mind if it's overtime when on the weekend? Have some money to hire some temp people during the summer. Try to hire some people who are getting out of high school or going to college or something. We didn't do that. Normally in the past, we have let them paint. Furnished a hydrant for all the volunteer fire departments. You know, we furnished a paint for everybody to get theirs. So, yeah, I guess people don't like to paint. I don't want to say that very negative, but our guys are busy with breaks. You know, it's hard to go stick one of our people out there painting all the time. And if really you need to go and paint and continue. Stop, the paint dries out. We've had them turn it over in the back of the trucks and make all kind of messes. So I think we need to make an effort. You know, I always wanted to get ours painted. I think the ones out in the rural districts keep theirs up very well. They mark the roads where they are. I think you'll see a H in the road a lot. So I think we're going to have to get into some type of program of painting these and painting the bonnets to colors for the Unfortunately, those restrooms have taken a beating over the years. Go in behind them where everything is controlled, a lot of that is starting to break also, and they're all stainless steel. We have people go in with rocks or bricks and hit them and try to damage them all the time. And even the lights down there under the picnic tables, we try to keep them lit. People steal the bulbs out of them all the time. So it is an effort. If we ever get the amphitheater built, putting restrooms up there. The amphitheater came in over bid. It's rebid on the 30th. We've had to pull certain things. One thing is the restrooms. It's an ad. But those in the future, and you can do that out of the hospitality and accommodations, you can work on those restrooms. In my opinion, they need to be completely redone at this point. Those inside the picnic shelter are shot. We clean them by washing them with a hose pipe. We have to wash them out physically because that's how bad they use.
Don't forget about Music on Main Thursday night. At the
Last one. Couple things here to go over. It won't take long. We will be conducting interviews this Friday and next Monday for the new fleet director. Was out there yesterday at the new shop. I mean, it's really starting to come along and develop. And we really need to put this person in place to start finalizing where everything's going, you know, because now we're getting to the point where some of our equipment may need to be out there. If you go by there and want to look, you know, all the bay doors are up. They've painted everything now. They're getting ready to do drop ceiling in the offices. They're getting ready to do drop ceiling in the break room. We have locker rooms. We have restrooms. We have showers, welding area, and we have a lot of this is air conditioning, you know, in the back. Even the welding area has air conditioning in it in the back. We also have fans for ventilation. We have exhaust fans when you're inside, and we're working on getting a new generator. We talked about that today for backup out there. So it's coming to the end. So July and August is probably going to start being some big transition periods when we're going to have to get some of our equipment start to move there. Some of that stuff we were going to supply. So anyway, maybe by next week we'll have somebody ready to go and get them. Let me give you and maybe Heath's been telling you out of our department here for building inspections and zoning. We've been trying to get rid of a lot of these houses that have been just left neglect for years and years and years. You know, we are under contract with EMR, and EMR has done. I had to put my glasses on to see these. They have completed 4. They've done Wedgwood Court, Rice Avenue, South Pinckney Street, and Arthur Boulevard. There's a lot more going on with some asbestos and abatement. We're wanting to add 6 total to their contract because, you know, we removed some of them before they started on their contracts. So Thompson Boulevard's one, Ravenscross, Malone is another one, O'Shield Street, Macbeth, and Lybrand. We're wanting to try to add those 6 to them to complete a lot of the tear down that's needed throughout the city. Got one more quick thing here. Laura's been keeping up with these numbers. FEMA, today's date, FEMA is $1,356,985.65. We still got the consultant fees we're expecting, and close to 95,000. So.
Afternoon, everybody. I manage the farmers market. We operate the Fresh Pack. We have community gardens all around the county. But today I'm here to tell you that the farmers market is open. We opened on June 6th. We had about 400 residents down there. The week before that, we gave out 1,000 senior vouchers. That is $60,000 that went directly to the low-income elderly in the county. They came out in droves on Saturday when we opened the market, so people are buying fresh produce. People are happy to be there. Last Saturday, we had about 100 folks because the farmers are still getting stuff in. We're waiting for tomatoes. People aren't trying to spend those vouchers until they get those locally grown tomatoes in. But yeah, that's $60,000 that went directly to the low-income elderly. That's $60,000 that will go directly to the farmers. So come on out to the market, check it out, have fun. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we're doing over there. That's it. Have a great night.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. Get the right distance from this microphone now. I'm starting to pay attention to the volume. Anyway, let's see, I got some interesting news here. Two things. When I had my home inspected, they inspected, it's a rental house. They inspect it every 6 months, so the guy that comes over, he's got a real personality or whatever. So he was talking about solar panels for his house, and he says they only last 10 years. And I thought, So I researched it, and I found out that, like, if you want to do solar panels on your house or whatever, Lockhart Power does solar and other energy, whatever. But their solar panels and all the ones on the market, I looked up on the internet, and they say they last 25 to 30 years. And there's one company, instead of 10 years, and there's one company that has a 40-year warranty on the solar panels. The inverter is the thing that might last only 10 years. So that wouldn't be near as expensive as the solar panels, I would imagine, especially if you got a lot of them. So that's good news for solar panels. And then last night, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of good stuff there and learn from it. And surprise came up on the where they have the strip there, the stuff where you can choose from, And a surprise came up, Joe Biden with Jay Leno's garage. So if you want to watch that video, there's a couple of swear words in there, but Joe Biden, he surprised me. But he told me that they preserved millions of acres of land around Los Angeles, all trees, no residential, no nothing. So if you want to watch that video, it's Jay Leno's garage, Joe Biden's 1967 Corvette, President Joe Biden. So I think it was like only a couple days ago it was posted. So it's recent. He still looks pretty good. So that was some pretty good news for Los Angeles. All right, you're welcome.
So ordered.